what's going on, everybody? It's Saturday night once again. Back. Chaos Broccoli, what's going on there? Stardust in the house. Anti, what's up, buddy? Chris Arsenault, yo, what's going on, man? Derail in the house. Happy Saturday to you, buddy. Good to see you, man. Everyone's doing good tonight. Jake Koenig's back. All right. What's up, Jake? Good to see you, man. Rhythm of Pain in the house. What's up, bud? That's what you. Back in action yet again. And yo, if you can see, obviously you can see, but yeah, this is the new guitar. I finally got it all worked out, tweaked out. Candy Blue, as the official name of the color. Jackson gave it in 1992. That thing is perfect. Barely any. There's no rust anywhere. The frets are brand new looking. I think this guitar's ever been played, barely played in its lifetime. I can presume. But yeah, man, really nice stock pickups as usual. The old Jackson Dinky Reverse Pro headstock. Played it mostly all this week. Yeah, I have played all week, trying to get it stretched out and all that kind of good stuff. And the strings are feeling pretty good. But yeah, I tested just about every song and I can play through them. So that's a plus. Anyway, I didn't actually get the tune real quick. I was being stupid. Doing stuff, man. I was working on stuff. I got some surprises for tonight. Maybe. Give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Hope everyone had a good week. It was actually not too bad. After my vacation, I was leery about going back to work, but you know how it goes. You want to stay on vacation forever, honestly. Luckily for me, it was a nice week. I'm still refreshed. Maybe next week will be the same. But yeah, this guitar's going a tiny bit out of tune here and there, not much. Maybe like just a micro synth. Playing on it hard this week. Still hard. Alrighty. Thanks, Darrell. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I was feeling good. Actually, I finally warmed up a little bit before the show. So, yeah, whenever I'm warmed up, that's when I'm really cooking. Really cooking. Rhythm Pain, I'm doing good, buddy. Another week. We cooking, man. Keep going. We just keep pushing this thing, man. YouTube is a heck of a job. I'll tell you what, man. It was an interesting. Last week I tried to promote my album, barely got any views. Monday I put normal videos out, bam, thousands of views again. Crazy. Jake says the new dinky color is bad. Hey, yeah, it's like Midnight Blue. Yeah, they called it Candy Blue. There was I think it was four kinds. There was the violet, magenta, the purple one in the background. They had Candy Blue. They had Stone, and then just I think black. They had a Midnight Black. But yeah, the other one was Stone, which I used to have and I don't have anymore. I got a funny thing later on. I'll show you guys. My mom sent me a picture that I've been looking for. Pretty funny, pretty hilarious. Gonna laugh. And then I finally discovered what guitar I actually started playing with. I took a real look and found. Yeah, so all kinds of fun stuff tonight. I don't know about my camera angle. My camera angle's kind of tripping. My problems is camera angle. All right, let's play some jams, man. Out here. Got a couple of different new ones, I think. One I played last week, I think, but I didn't really know anything to do. So we're gonna probably play that and a bunch of other stuff. Get cooking here. the unknown warm up jam. Unknown warm up. It's got a couple good key changes though. Yes. Couch asks, "What's my favorite Priest song? Why is it Painkiller?" No, it's not Painkiller. I grew up on Judas Priest. And yeah, I don't know what my favorite song would be. That's a tough one. Although Painkiller has got to be way up there. That's definitely the greatest comeback song I've ever heard. But it's a great one, man. I'd have to think about that, Couch. I'll think about it. Oh, yeah, that was very blue. Yeah, your hair was very blue like that at the time. Cool though. This is the candy blue. Gotta love it. Yeah, Rhythm of Pain. We were just talking about that, honestly. Yeah, I'm like 200 hours away from getting my monetization done, and oh man, it's just I don't get it. I really don't. You know, all I can do is keep going and hope someone watches enough of my long form videos to do it. But I do so many shorts that I get a lot of subscribers from that, and yeah, I mean I get it. I'm the same. When I go on TikTok, when I go on YouTube, when I go on wherever, I'll swipe and swipe and swipe. So I have a short attention span myself, so I feel the pain of anyone doing that. You know, it's weird. You know, you have so many subscribers, and you think, well, at least this many subscribers will watch a video, but don't. But it's all good. All right, thank you, Anti. There you go. Yes, for sure. If you haven't got already, on Until the Bitter End is on sale everywhere. It's not on Spotify because you can't buy it there. So the moment you can buy it on Spotify, it'll probably be there. Anywhere else, iTunes, Amazon, all is good. Jake says, "We got the Dew and Hawaiian Punch close by." Yes, sir. This is actually Minute Maid. Hawaiian Punch is not as good as it used to be, sadly. It used to be amazing a long time ago. But they put regular sugar in there, or old, whatever, that fake sugar in there, man. No good. No. Anti's got it right. Short attention span theater. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, there's stuff on YouTube that I do watch, you know, like I'll watch a lot of TV shows, you know, and I'll go on YouTube and I like to hear the breakdowns. You know, there's a lot of these smart guys that know everything about these TV shows and they break it all down bit by bit by bit. I watch those things. They're like 20 minutes long. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not that guy. Sam's World. Hey, man, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks, Rhythm. Appreciate that. Yeah, it looked cool. It was wild. The blue and black was pretty cool. Stardust has a very good hairdresser. Very expensive hairdresser. No worries, Couch. I'll think of it, man. Hey, Bear. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a struggle for sure. Once I hit it, then I'm done. You know, and I don't worry about it anymore. But I think what's happening is that it's hours for 365 days. So some videos from like a year ago, the time that I got for those might be dropping off. Sucks. So one thing, if it ain't one thing, it's another with YouTube. But hey, you know, gonna keep going. I'll get it. If it's sooner or later, whatever it is, I don't. We're working hard. I'm gonna put some more videos out real soon. I've got a couple pretty ready to go. I've got a pretty cool rig rundown video that I've been working on, which basically goes from the guitar all the way to what you hear when I play. So it'll give some people some ideas and stuff, how to sound better, look better with lighting, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll get there. We're gonna do it. Anyway, okay, new song, brand new song. We played it last week, but it was very primitive. I didn't know what I was doing. I kind of have a better understanding what I'm doing. So let's give it a shot. better. A little tweaking it, but that's a fun one. Okay, pretty cool, pretty cool. Marzin, what's up, man? He asked, "What's my favorite old TV show?" That's a real hard one, man. Because I used to watch a lot of TV when I was a kid. Probably the Chips, man. I don't even know why I said Chips, but Chips was always something we always watched every Sunday. That was one I used to love to watch. So many, man. Cool couch, yeah, I'm working on that for sure, man. It's one of the. It's been a aside from like teaching stuff. That's a big one that people have been wanting to know what I use, what I do with it, and stuff like that. So I think it'll be helpful for a lot of people for sure. Rhythm Master, do you have a dedicated video for the warm up playthrough? Not particularly. Just I do have like an exercise video that I threw up there a whiles back. That was an exercise that I practiced for like hours at a time, starting back playing last year, because I didn't play for 5 years and I had to rust, complete rust, on my fingers or something. So I had to like really stretch back out and made up an exercise that helped me. So it seems like it helped a lot of people. Thanks, Stan's World. Couch, thanks. Bear, thank you. Stardust is liking that one. And this says he is laughing his rear off moment. He saw a reaction to Queen of the Reich and they said, put him up with Bruce Dickinson, not even know Jeff was in Bruce. Wow. Yeah, some of these reactors, man, they don't know. They have no idea, and yeah, because there was actually a thing Roy Z was working on, and it was going to be called, it was the original Three Tremors. There is a Three Tremors out there, but it was going to be Rob Halford, Bruce, and Dio or Jeff Tate. He was trying to get Dio, but he had Jeff Tate, and it was going to be like this crazy metal thing because he worked with Halford, he worked with everyone. He worked with Halford, he worked with Bruce, worked with Jeff. That would have been sick, but they didn't. It didn't work out. Now there's a different Three Tremors with Tim Owens, John Peck, and Harry Conklin. Pretty crazy. There you go, Couch. Your rhythm stats is just wild, versatile, the different songs. I feel that, man. Yeah, I try and write a lot of stuff that's different. I don't want to write the same thing over and over and over again. So it's tough. I got to sit down and think about it. But yeah, most of the times I'm on my keyboard, I try and do different keys and different chords and see what I can come up. There you go, Star. Thanks, Couch. Rhythm that says, yeah, you probably get more attention if you're marketed to the Japanese side of YouTube. I feel that, yeah. Every time I get a Japanese viewer, my TikTok streams or anything, I'm like super happy because I love Japan. I've been there, I toured there. It's beyond amazing, beyond amazing. Thanks, Stamps. Couch, there you go, Couch. Thank you. Stamps like those neck runs. Appreciate that. All right on, Jake. There you go, man. All that. Every album sale helps. We'll see. I won't know till next month, so I'm hoping at least 200 people in this world bought it. I don't know. That'd be a good start. That'd be a good start. There you go, Mars. Yeah, man. Dukes of Hazzard as well. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that. I loved. Yeah. We watch Dukes of Hazzard every week. My dad even bought a Charger. About 1982, 82 Charger maybe. Because we loved that so much. It wasn't exactly like the General Lee, but it was pretty similar. Roscoe P. Coltrane, Boss Hogg. Classics, man. 80s were the best TV, man. Oh, we do have the new album out. Came out June 7th. It's on iTunes, Amazon. It's here on YouTube as a topic, so if you can play it from there, it's fine. Pretty much anywhere. I don't have all the apps in the world, but yeah, as far as I know, there's a ton of them, like 30 or 40 different app stores. Music shops have it, so I'm sure you can find it somewhere. For sure. Let's rock out with some Until the Bitter End, the title track. Until the bitter end. My favorite. See Bears. Mara said Bruce Dickinson Accident of Birth is underrated. Yeah, man. It's a great record. It's produced by Roy Z. Oh man, that's what now had had Adrian Smith come back and play on that too. Amazing, man. Anti says Jeff and Ronnie were good friends. I'll bet. Evan Hill and Jeff. Wow, that was sweet. Never saw that. Never remember that, but yeah. Yeah, Jeff Tate was on the hearing aid. Ah, that's something I forgot to do, dang it. The hearing aid thing. But yeah, yeah, Jeff Tate was on hearing aid, probably one of the greatest vocal lines ever. Jeff Tate did on that hearing aid song. But I can imagine, yeah, probably became real good friends around that time. Really cool. Bears been watching a Have Gun Will Travel. Oh man, that sounds classic. Yeah, I don't think we only watched. I remember watching Bonanza as a kid a lot. My dad was like all about Bonanza. So thanks, Sam's. Jake was watching. I grew up on Cheaters and Mash. Nice. Yeah, we watched Mash. I remember watching Mash. It was like it was right before I had to go to bed, so I get to watch Mash or whatever Sunday night. Or Cheers, I love Cheers too. I watch that every week. Here with Children, yeah, that was a big one for Fox right there. Oh, there you go, Anti. Yeah, man, I love Time Bandits. I need to get a poster of Time Bandits. That's only honestly one of my favorite movies, even though it's not really a Bonnie Python movie. Terry Gilliam did it, obviously, but man, that movie, I love that movie. And actually, the band Wicked Ways that I was in way back in the day, we wrote a song called Time Bandits. Because I wrote the music to it, and we kind of was gonna call it Time. We even called the CD Time Bandits. That's how much I love that movie. Yeah, a lot of the Monty Python stuff. And me and my friend Steve, back in the day, we used to sit there and smoke up and watch Monty Python like constantly. Thanks, Couch. Yeah, that's right. Stardust loves Time Bandits too. I have it on my. I have the DVD of it, and I have it on my Apple TV. All right, there you go, Cal. So we got four Time Bandits people in here. Very nice. Crazy 88, what's up, man? Oh, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Jake, yeah, for sure. This whammy's feeling good, man. It's doing all right, man. Yes, it's relatively. There's a little bit of discoloration, maybe between the middle three strings, but I mean, it's not like rust or anything. It's just like that discoloration. It's a 32-year-old guitar, so I'm surprised how amazing it is. The only thing it didn't have the Made in Japan sticker on it, which is a bummer, but that's all good. Yeah, right. Rhythm, that's for sure, man. I tell you what, when I did that album playthrough, man, I did it once on TikTok and once on YouTube. That was unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Thanks, Stamps. There you go, Bear. I know, right? I'm looking at a new camera. I'm gonna have to spend money for a new camera because this camera can't keep up. It's running 4K, but I thought, yeah, but it's yeah. I watch and I'm blurring through the camera. So. There you go. Yeah, yeah, Anti. We were talking about watching that too. I were talking about something from it. Probably because when I get up, I make the ogre on the boat. When I get up or sit down, I make noises like the ogre. So I'm They're like, we gotta see that. Thank you, Thams. Thank you, Crazy 88. True that, Jake. Yeah, funny enough, man. I mean, luckily, I think what happened on the last guitar I bought from Reverb, the guy put tens on it, and I didn't know it. And when I went ahead and started setting it up, it got all screwed up because he put tens and I put nines, and I was like all lost on it, man. So I was bummed. I kind of have it set, but there's like a fret buzz on the ninth fret of the D string, and I can't get rid of it. So I was like, oh god. And then I bought this guitar, and I asked the guy beforehand. I was like, hey man, what kind of strings are on that guitar? And he's like, oh, nines. I'm like, perfect. So once I got it, I I set it. I tuned everything down to D on his strings. I took them off, put my strings on, tuned it back up, and no fret buzz anywhere. I did the little tweaks on the bridge. I had to pull this side up a little bit. There was a little. It was pretty flat. Even when he sent it to me, it was pretty flat. I was like, whoa, dude. So I had to move this bridge up a little bit, or this side of the bridge up a little bit, and of course the springs in the back. How to work it. But yeah, it feels good. I've been pushing it hard all week. I've been playing it. I played it Tuesday, Thursday, and last night, and then obviously tonight. Hey, Tyler Shep's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing great. There you go, Anti-Ag. Terry and Palin, man. What a combo, man. It's got everybody, I mean, in the movie, obviously, but man, I like John Cleese as Robin Hood. That whole scene is like one of the funniest scenes. The rails up in Guitar Center playing around. Nice, man. You find anything fun or get anything? Check it out. There you go, Anti. Thanks. Yeah, make sure if you haven't followed Tyler, go to Tyler's page and subscribe to him. He's a young guitar player, up and coming, and he's amazing. He's just doing some insane stuff on a guitar. Tyler says Ingve's coming to Fort Myers. There you go, man. Yeah, he's going to be at Clearwater for us. I don't think I'm going to go. I don't know. I've seen Yngwie a lot of times. I've seen Yngwie in his prime with, when he had a real band. Now he's just like, got a backup band and I don't know. And he just takes the whole stage to himself and he's trying to sing. I'm like, eh. Yeah, Jake, exactly. Yeah, I found one. My buddy Rich has one. It's a Black Magic Pocket Cinema. It's like $1,200. That's just for the camera. Doesn't even come to the dang lens. So, yeah, we'll have to make some more money before we can work on that one. Carlos from Argentina. Hola, amigo. Good to see you. Hey, Andy. Good to see you too. How's it going? Sam's likes the Jacksons. Yeah, yeah. I love the Jacksons. I've played them, Charvels and Jacksons, and I used to play Charvel constantly. And then I had to retire one of my Charvels, and I bought one of these guitars, God, in like 1997, something like that. It was the Stone one, and I had that one forever. And I love that guitar. I started playing the heck out of that. Couch asks, "Do I have a bet you can't play this type of riff?" I'm sure I could. I don't have one offhand, but yeah, the one I usually throw off is this one. And it's probably pretty easy, but it's so fast. So like, something like that. But it's a combination of about 6-note patterns, 7-note. There's a bunch of different patterns I throw in together, make it difficult. Oh, right on the rhythm. Yeah, I like the necks. But only this guitar, this year of guitar, and a lot of people don't know. It's like this is like Charvel Predator Volume 2 made by Jackson, and they changed some things around. They used the same. I mean, this even has a Charvel bridge on it. They took the Charvel bridges that they had from the Predators and put them on here, because the Predators were made in Japan too. But yeah, this is very similar to that Charvel Predator. The Charvel Predator only has 22 frets, but I prefer the 24 now. But yeah, the neck's good. It's decent. But yeah, I love the body. It's got more cuts in it, it's a soloist with the cuts, with more cuts in the back, make it a little more thinner. Marzan, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, man. Hope you enjoy it. It definitely pumps, man. Oh, true, Tyler. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's cool when someone like famous like Yngwie plays where you just play that. That's cool, man. And you deserve to play wherever Yngwie plays, buddy. Trust me, man. Dan's World, thanks. Jake says you're right. I can't play that. Thanks, Couch. Bear picked up a bunch of Amazon guitars and do some review vids. Yeah, I feel that, man. I'm gonna do also I filmed myself unboxing this guitar, so I'm going to post the unboxing, and then I'm gonna sit down and go through the guitar and stuff like that. Hopefully that'll drum up some videos. But I can rip, I can talk about this guitar for 10 minutes, so hopefully that'll keep people interested. There you go. It sounds like a Sean Lane. There you go. Cascade riff. Yeah, probably. I mean, real slow. It's like this. Like, let's see, like this. I can't even play it slow. So take that. So on the playback after the replay's up, take that and slow it down and see if you can figure it out. Tally had taken any requests. Depends, but I don't know a lot of songs, new songs. I know a lot of stuff from the 70s. I know stuff from the 80s. But anything 90s and beyond, I have no clue. And to answer Couch's question, here's my favorite Judas Priest song. It's a very underrated song and an underappreciated song. See if you can tell me this riff. Figure that one out. I'll play another song, and if you can tell me what it is, you win a prize. All right, so what did I just play? Until the Bitter End? Okay, we do Fire Within next. Gotta play this one every week. I gotta do a video of this song too, and then do my reaction video of the old video I did, so gotta keep it up, man. Where'd that note come from? Yeah, The Fire Within. What a class. Oh, there you go. Breaking the law. You got it, buddy. That's an easy one. Can I soul over Kiowa by the Portraits? I don't even. I've never heard of that song, man. I have to see if I can find that one. Ah, you're close. You're close, Couch. It's a little after that. It's called what's it called? It's called Reckless. It's the very last song on the Turbo album. They kind of buried it, man. They kind of buried it on the album. The last song is probably one of the best songs. But yeah, I'd say that one. That or something like not Devil's Child. Bloodstone's one of my favorites. I wore my Judas Priest Defenders tour shirt tonight. I finally found a replica of the one I had when I was like 16, or actually I was younger than that. It was 84, so I was about 13. Breaking the law. What's that? Let me think. I have to find that Kiowa, man. I'm sure I can play over anything. I've never heard it. Goober Goo, what's up, man? Good to see you. I appreciate that, man. Christmas song. There you go. It's very Mozart, Mozarty. Yeah, It's very Mozart influenced for sure. And he wrote a lot of that major, minor sounding stuff that sounded major. There you go. There you go, Couch. True that, Mars. I know, and I'm getting old, so I forget stuff quite often. But yeah, at least that one I played a million times when I was younger, so it's still in my brain somehow. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Couch. Thank you, Thams. Rhythm's got some fireworks going off. I didn't even a holiday. Hey, what's up, Metal Mark? There you go. I know, right? I need to get endorsed by some company that can make something like Mountain Dew, and then I'll push it for them. Maybe that's the caffeine. It just tastes good. I like the taste of it. Honestly, like the taste of Mountain Dew. I like the flavor. Not a regular old school Mountain Dew, but new flavors they come out with are pretty tasty. Couch Brockett says Halford still sounds. Yeah, indeed he does, man. He's still going for it, man. Still going for it. He's like 70 years old too. Mark wasn't in a Turbo album, yeah. It's an alright record, it wasn't crazy. But listen to the song Reckless off Turbo. It's the best song on the record, in my opinion. Yeah, Defenders was classic. Screaming for Vengeance and Defenders are just classics. I mean, they're masterpieces. Metal. Mars, no, yeah. For songs like that, I know every single note I'm supposed to play. Sometimes I don't. I miss them. But, but yeah. Every note is perfectly placed in my brain. Let's see. Mark was listening to Juice Priest right when Screaming came out. Yeah, I saw Breaking the Law video on MTV, a little kid. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. And I got the British Steel tape, and I cranked the heck out of that. And Yeah, then I started buying everything. Anything that had the word Judas Priest on, I was buying it. Elliot Kidner, what's going on, man? How you doing? There you go, Mark Shredder. I'll take some. I know, right? I'm practically like Buckethead, man. I'm just out there on a different planet sometimes. Uh, Elliot asked, "What's my opinion of Kanye?" I don't know if I want to say my opinion of Kanye. I don't think he's a genius like he thinks he is. But you know, he made a lot of money, so I can't fault him on that. He made more money than me, so yeah. But yeah, as far as musical talent, don't know. I can't say. I don't find any of his music appealing to me. I think he has some sort of I don't know what to call it, a mental problem. Not sure. Yeah, Chris, that was amazing, dude. I almost didn't watch that. And I was like, you know, let me sit down and watch that. You know, because Kip Winger's he's still killer. I know he got a bad rap in the back in the day, but I've always known he's a killer musician. You know, he can play the bass and he can sing. But yeah, I had no idea about the classical aspect that he did. It's amazing. It was amazing to hear, and the stuff that he's doing is incredible. And if you have never heard it, if you haven't seen the Rick Beato Kip Winger interview, I highly recommend watching it. It's super interesting and amazing. Amazing to know that Kip Winger is way more than just the band Winger was, you know. And they got a lot of, you know, they got a bad rap from Beavis and Butthead or whatever. Which is kind of sad because they were a killer band. I mean, Red Beach, the kill. It was a studio band essentially because they got Rod Morgenstern on drums, was one of the greatest studio musicians. You got Red Beach who killed it. Oh, man, just insane. Yeah, great interview. Rick Beato did amazing. I probably my mom said I was left on the doorstep. I'm not sure. Kia Web. I'll pull it up. I'll put it on my list there, Tyler. We'll paste that. I'll give it a check, man. You listen to all that kind of new stuff, man. I don't listen to any of it, or I don't know it. So thanks for telling me, and I'm gonna check it out for sure. If you like it, I'll probably enjoy it too. Mark says when he first heard Diamonds and Rust and Greenlight, she didn't know at the time they were cover songs. I know, right? Both of them were. I told the story before, I think, but you know, my mom heard me playing Diamonds and Rust, Judas Priest version. She's like, wait a second, what? Let me see that. And she goes, this ain't Judas Priest. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, I'll show you. I'll show you what this song is. She pulled out a Joan Baez album and said, you have to if I gotta hear that, you gotta listen to this. Okay, and I heard the Joan Baez verse. Like, wow, that's crazy. I never heard the Green Mile Leash original version. Yeah, Stewart ruined Kip Winger. Sadly, he did. Rhythm Master, I like Blackmore's, and I do. Yeah, I have their albums on my playlist. The last one's amazing. That's really good. There's some good stuff that Richie does too, but yeah, it's different. You know, obviously it's Renaissance styled music and stuff like that, but it's actually really good. And his wife can sing. Ain't no doubt about that. There you go, Anti. Thanks. Yeah, check that video out. It's nuts, man. Got a video. Let me pop them on another tab here. Okay, Keo, I got it. Delete my YouTube, my Google search, and yeah, man, ain't that the truth, Jake? It's unbelievable, man. Yeah, they were great. I mean, yeah, I like one of my favorite songs is what is that song? Hungry is amazing. I used to play that in a cover band when I was like, I don't know, 17 or 18. What a sick song, man! Sick song. Tyler's got that Kia one in his head. That's cool. I'll check it out. There's another band a friend of mine plays in called The Morning. They've been putting out some cool videos, man. You might enjoy that too. Mourning, The Morning. Got some good stuff. Great singer too. One of my friends, Johnny Ray, one of the best singers I've ever heard. Dude's fire, man. Went to Berkeley, so he's got the voice for sure. All right, what's up next here? Looks like it's speeder time. All right, let's crank that off. Can't have a Saturday night without some speeder. Let's do this. Yeah. No one was driving her now. Crazy one. Craziest. Yeah, I gotta say, Stardust was right. Yeah, that new Winger album is dope. Got some cool songs on there. It's got some good stuff. There's one song I forgot the name of it already, but man, it was good. It was good. Oh, Mark got a channel. Man, Metal Mark Jam. Yeah, Jake, check them out, man. Yeah, the new album's on. You know, if you have iTunes or Apple Music or yeah, Prime Music, whatever, it's on there for sure. It's on here on YouTube. A lot of bands, pretty much any band that has an album, there's going to be a on YouTube here. There's going to be a topic page for that album. I have one as well now. But basically, the distribution companies make a topic page for YouTube and certain other places, and they put the entire album on there. And anytime it gets played, band gets paid for it. Here you go, Couch. You know it, Jake. Speeder time. 10 o'clock speeder time. Thanks, Indy. Appreciate that. Yeah. Erdo's got it right. Yeah. Skip is on fire. It sounds amazing. He does a couple of little tracks on the Rick Beato interview. It's like, and just off the cut, you know, off the cuff, whatever, you know, boom, tearing it up. Thanks, Stams. There you go, Rhythm. Yeah, I don't know. The fastest one I do is 200 beats per minute. So yeah, I'm not good with math, so it's probably a way to calculate it. How many notes per second I'm doing, but I don't know. I'm not good at math. I got to find out the equation for that, I think. There you go, Jake. Yep. There you go. Anti's got it right. Played in War of Thrones. I played in Leash Law. Did my solo album, Rob Rock as well. Ingve, Richie, Uli, Al, Andy. Top 5, 100%. 100%. There's Dakota Trapper. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Awesome. Dakota was in the TikTok stream last night, so I'm glad you made it in, man. Show him some love for sure. Yes, sir. Anti got it right there. 9 o'clock Saturdays, every Saturday except for one. So I say 7 Saturdays in a row. And then I got to take a weekend, one weekend off. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate that, brother. Marzem, that's who I like. Death metal. A little bit. Back in the day, I listened to a lot more, like Obituary and Cannibal Corpse. Death, of course. Chuck was a good friend of mine. So, yeah. I've listened to, it's not my favorite music to listen to, but I've listened to quite a few different ones. Plus, Tampa around here, the whole Florida is like the home of death metal, so there's every band down here. Tyler says, when you tune your bass, DA Magic Items. Nice, man. I have to try that. Even though I don't have a bass. I can probably emulate it on a keyboard. There you go, Jake, man. Thanks for that. Was feeling good, man. I think that song is like where it's at now. I got it right where I want it, you know? That's for sure. There you go. Oblivious to Evil into Dead by some heavy stuff right there. There you go, start it. Altars of Madness, yeah, that's a classic. There you go, Dakota, yeah, man. Couch, thanks. Dams, thanks. Oh, thanks, Dams, yeah, man. The picking is where it's at, man. That's my bread and butter, man. That's what gets me the views, I think. The faster I play, the more views I get. I swear, if I play anything else but fast stuff, I get, you know, I still get pretty good views. But man, if I play fast, people go, yeah. That stuff goes off. Thanks, Dakota, man. Yeah, that's cool, man. I like TikTok. It's fun. It's fun to do, and it's easy for me to do. So yeah, I enjoy it though. I meet a lot of cool new people over there. Oh yeah, crazy thing. I don't know. Oh man, one of my Instagram videos, I got a surprise like. Some of you probably know Gary Holt. Actually liked my video the other day, and I was like in shock. I was like, another big name guitar player liking my video and following me, so that's really cool. Hey, Blue Butterflies back. Good to see you, Joshua. There you go. Yes, sir. Yeah, this is a Dinky Reverse Pro, 1992. I've got a total of 5 of these now. 5 exact ones, except one purple, whatever, one blue now. This is the newest one. Two black with the rosewood and one black with the was that ebony fretboard? What do you call it? That blonde fretboard. I never know what it's. I always forget. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Mark? There's so many. Yeah, it could be because they were. I mean, unfortunately, the record industry started manufacturing all these bands. Like one band would hit, and they go, well, "Give me 10 more bands that sound like that." And there were some sick guitar players and sick musicians, in a lot of bands, but the songs were, whatever. Man, I don't remember. What was that band, Hurricane? It was like Rudy Sarzo's brother playing guitar. That dude was insane, man. But they didn't let him totally rip it out, man. But yeah, Vito Bratta was another one. It's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan of White Line. I had their tape. It was a good tape. But man, I really listened to it because of Vito Bratta. Unbelievable, um, unbelievable player that he was. That's awesome, Thams. Yeah, I'm more than happy to be out here for people, man. I hope it helps. Pookie, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sending off those memberships. Awesome. We got Peter got one, Burr got one, Mrs. Metal got one, Mad Mob got one. Nice. It says Keo Portraits is an E minor. Sweet. One of my favorites. Indie got one. Nice. All right. I didn't see that. There you go, Blue. Oh yeah, Couch. I wouldn't mind doing that. That'd be cool, man. He's got that camera that does stuff. I don't know if he's caught wind of me just yet, but maybe he will. I'm sure someone said something. My friend Bill Hall actually did a video with him a couple years ago. No, man, I don't know if you know who Bill Hall is, but man, Bill's amazing. Bill was like one of the heroes of my town in Akron. Everyone was trying to be like Bill Hall. He could play anything. He's got a picking style that's unbelievable too. Yeah, exactly, Dakota. Yeah, he played in Exodus, of course, and I think he was playing in the last iteration of Slayer too. So that was pretty cool to see, man. When these guys out there catch my video or something, that's really cool. There you go, Couch. Yeah, man. Yeah, unfortunately, you're right, Rhythm Man. Yeah, it's metal turned hard rock and real heavy metal turned into hair metal or whatever, and then it just went. It all went south, man. It killed basically metal and hair metal killed the genre. And then people were just so tired of it. Here comes grunge, just waiting, and it took over. That's Symbolic. Yeah, Mark, that's a classic. My favorites for sure. That's a classic riff. Yeah. There you go, Mark. Yeah, Radar Love. That was a good one. It was the one I like. It's off their second album. It's called Little Fighter, and that's got a solo, like an unbelievable guitar solo. Oh, dang, Chris, I didn't know that. Kelly from Hurricane sings with Foreigner now. Shoot, that guy was a killer singer. Would it have like Carlos Cavazzo's brother and Rudy Sarzo's brother? I think his name was Robert Sarzo. Can't remember the Cavazzo. But they were a killer band, man. But yeah, they just barely, they had like a video or two on MTV, and that was it. Right on Mars. Crystal Mountain, yeah, that's a classic. And a funny story too. Not many people know. Chuck never really told about it. He told me, and I knew about it. But his neighbor was named. Her name was Crystal, and she was very, very, very religious. Chuck was, wasn't religious to a point. He believed there was a higher power, things like that. But she was very what you call Karen, essentially nowadays. She would call the cops on Chuck You know, he practiced in his garage. It was fully soundproofed. You couldn't hear nothing. But yet she would find a way to. She knew what he did, and she knew who he was, and she found ways to get the cops out there, knock on the door, and bother Chuck. And it got to the point the police were just like, they didn't even hear nothing. They're like, I don't know, dude. You know, so they just gave up, but it kind of angered Chuck in a lot of ways, you know. And that's where the song came from, Crystal. And she had like literally all this religious artifacts and stuff in her window, and he called her Crystal Mountain, or she called her house Crystal Mountain. Yeah, insane, dude. Thanks, Tyler. I appreciate that. Thanks, Couch. There you go, Bear. Yeah, for sure, Bear. Rest in peace, Chuck Sheldon. One of these days, I'm gonna do my video how I met Chuck Schuldiner. I've been trying to get some certain footage that I have of lying around all together. I have a videotape somewhere hiding in my place here, and I can't find it. That has some pretty rare footage of Chuck and us hanging out. There you go. There you go, Anti. Yeah, for sure. If you haven't followed into Independent Mini United, or India as we call her, check her out. Yeah, for sure. It was a lucky meet, Couch. Honestly, I barely knew who Chuck was. I did have a friend of mine played me the Individual Thought Pairs album because Andy the Rock played on it, so I knew of Death, but I didn't know what Chuck looked like or anything like that. And this was back in like '94 ish, '95 maybe. And I was living in an apartment complex, and I walked up the street or up the driveway. At the end of the driveway was a gas station. I'd go get me a pack of smokes or whatever. I think I had an Ingve shirt on, and I didn't know it was Chuck, but he turned around and he's like, yo, hey dude, cool shirt. And I was like, oh, thanks, man. You like Ingve? He's like, yeah, I love Ingve. I was like, wow, man. Well, if you like Ingve, you should come check my band out. We're playing here, you know, at this club in Florida or Central Florida. I was like, come check us out, man. You like Ingve, you like Dio, or old school metal. We're the band to check out. I was like, I'll check it out, man. And again, I had no idea it was Chuck. He came to the show, and then before we were about to play, someone came out. I was like, dude, Chuck Schuldner's here. I was like, what? Who, what? And I was like, oh man, that's the dude at the gas station. Oh, so and then we became friends ever since that. So it was really cool. Very cool. Very cool. Great, amazing dude. He helped me a lot in my career. As far as kind of teaching, not teaching me, but kind of almost mentoring me how to do stuff in the music industry, and what to look for and what to do and who to contact, things like that. It really helped me out. Gave me a lot of ideas when I started doing things for real. So cool stuff. I'll say some more. Trapped in the Corners, Jake's there, nice dude. Dakota, he loved those BC Ridge. Yeah, he actually his nephew sold. He had an emerald green BC Rich Stealth. That another story I have of Chuck. I'm not gonna go into it, but yeah, his nephew sold it. It was almost over $20,000. Someone bought on eBay. There you go, Mark. Yeah, yeah, Little Fighter. Yeah, that tune was awesome, man. That's like their second album, so he was really on fire on that record. That's some great tunes, man. I know, Mark. I know, man. It was insane, dude. Right rhythm, yeah. It's crazy. I didn't. It couldn't have happened any. And I almost met Richard Christie the same way too. I got stories about Richards, man. No, no. I met Richard after I knew Chuck. Honestly, there was another guy that lived in our apartment complex. He had long. I seen this long haired dude wearing like Merciful Fate T-shirt. I'm like, hey man, you like King Diamond? He's like, hell yeah, I like King Diamond. And it was kind of like, me too. He's like, you want to come up and smoke some stuff with me? I'm like, sure. And then I was like, you playing a band? He's like, yeah. And they were called I can't remember the name of their old band right now. Burning Inside. Sorry. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to practice in a little bit. I was like, yeah, can I come and hang out? And he's like, yeah, sure. And so I go to practice with him, and I walk in. There's Richard, blazing, just practicing his drums, crazy stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is the greatest drum I've ever seen in my freaking life, man. And me and Richard became fast friends, real fast friends. It wasn't for a couple years later, yeah, then more stories. I'm going to stop right there because I got too many stories about that. But yeah. But all in all, yeah, Chuck needed a drummer. I said I know the guy, and I called Richard, and the rest is history. There's more details. I'm gonna put details to that one. All right, let's do some Storm Rider. Yet again, rainy as heck this week in Florida. If you live in Florida, you know the rain. You know the pain of rain. I say this song makes it go away, huh? God, a couple of critical errors in that one. Dang it, messing up something. You might not have heard it. I heard it. I knew it. I knew it happened. Thanks, Anti. Right on couch. Yeah, I got a bunch. I've had some. I've been around. I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of things, and I've met a lot of crazy people. So yeah, one of these days, guys, like just have a story time. Tyler's feeling Towers of Babylon's his favorite, along with Fire Within. That's awesome, man. Yeah, Towers of Babylon's a cool song. It was actually, I think it was almost a last minute song. I needed an extra song, and kind of just put that one together. I had maybe some bits and pieces of it, like the intro and whatever, and I started building on top of that. So that's cool, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Mr. Alcala, good to see you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mars MS. Have I ever met John Schaefer? I have not, honestly. I didn't meet John Schaefer. He lives nearby though, somewhere around here. I don't know. My friend owns a kind of like a comic book store slash collectible shop slash album, vintage albums and vintage music stuff shop down here. And actually, John came into his shop maybe, probably maybe 6 months ago, and sold him like a collection of insane books, really really high collectible comic stuff, and big huge books, man. I was like, dang, man. So I missed it. I said, you should have called me, man. I probably been at work anyway, but thank you, Indy. Thanks, Couch. Thanks, Thams. Pookie, thank you. Right on, Mark. Yeah, it's small, and I had one. I'm still this guitar. I'll get this thing. My finger will push back the string off the fretboard like that. I don't know. It's not super close, but sometimes my finger will get stuck and I'll pull off the string. I did that in that song, sadly. We'll see if I can find any good pieces of it for next week. Oh, right on, Mars. Yeah, I'm trying to bring up a few. Actually, I got a funny one. I'll show everyone. We got some people here now. I'll show you this something funny here. Dakota says you got band practice. I'll be telling the guys about my channel. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Angel Eyes, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's super cool. So check this out. So my mom was I've been asking my mom for this picture. She found a picture of me. It's the first time, probably one of the first times I ever was holding a guitar. This is the guitar that I learned guitar on. So get ready for this. Are you ready? Here it comes. This is 14 years old right here. That was the John Belushi sunglasses, the polo t-shirt, polo for sure, and this guitar right here. There's a lot to unpack in this picture. But this is the guitar, my grandmother's guitar. I believe it's from 1963. I did some investigation, and I finally found this guitar. What this guitar is. But yeah, if you can see in the background, here's my little album stack, and in the corner here we got my 8-track and AM/FM radio and turntable there in the back. Globe. I don't remember having a globe. I don't remember that. I'm not sure what this tab. I don't think that's a tab. I'm not. Anyway, but yeah, this is a. I don't know. I was probably doing something, but I was 14 years old here. Probably one of the first times I was holding a guitar. Obviously, not knowing what the heck I was eating. But yeah, a classic, right? Let's see. And I found out what guitar it is. If I can find the picture, I have to. Found this picture. This guitar. I found this guitar. It's an ES 120T. I found this on Reverb. Now the funny thing is that I never painted my name on the headstock. I never did that. My uncle would have killed me if I did that. But it's funny that I found this guitar on Reverb and somebody had painted their name Rick on it. Wow. Crazy, right? But I asked my uncle. I told my uncle, I was like, "Yeah, I found that guitar," and he said he sold it somewhere for about $1,700. Uh, he says he bought a Fender Telecaster Deluxe with the money. So there you go. But yeah, this is the guitar I spent a good year learning how to play guitar on. You can imagine. And the strings are like 50 feet off the fretboard. It was electric. I had a PV Bandit 20 watt. So there you go. A little historical story there for you. And I said, so you've been all good people turning heads each day. I hope so, Anti. I really hope so. I'll keep trying, man. A lot of people out there, but yeah, no one's throwing me cash yet. Really, like no one's going to my PayPal and dumping 100 grand or something. We keep trying. We only keep trying. But, one day it'll happen. I mean, it's only been a year, and what? I started back in last year in March, so March, April, so like a year and 3 months I've been doing this, and yeah, starting from zero and getting to this point is pretty satisfying. We'll see. Thams Earl, he heard one bad note. I think it was the 173 millionth. There you go, man. Nice one. There you go, Tyler. Yeah, that's an old one there. Thanks, Indy. That's a classic. Oh, Jake's on his tequila jams. All right, man. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thanks, Couch. Yeah, it was a classic guitar. It was horrible to play. I mean, but it probably was good for me to learn on since it was so hard to play. It pushed me to use muscles that I never used before and strengthen my fingers using it. So yeah, that's crazy. Chris, you're probably not wrong, man. And he sold it for it was quite a good money, and my friend was like pretty happy that he. It was some really rare stuff too, but yeah. There you go, Mellow Mark. Yeah, it's funny, man. My mom didn't like any hard rock or metal. I listened to Ozzy and Black Sabbath and Kiss and stuff like that, and she hated that stuff. But the older she got, she's up here going. She goes to Kiss. She went to Kiss concerts. She paid the VIP money to go meet all the Kiss. She went to Ozzy concerts, meet Ozzy. I'm like Aerosmith. I'm like, you didn't like none of this music. What's changed? Oh gosh, I wish, man. Yeah, that thing's like $1,700, dude. I mean, it'd be funny to have, but oh, yeah, I'd be hilarious to play too. Granola, what's up, man? How's it doing? Some Van Halen sometimes. I don't know much. I get a lot of requests for Van Halen, and honestly, Van Halen was not someone on my radar when I was learning a little bit. It was Ingve, but I learned some stuff. What was the one thing I know always is this one. Stuff like that, dude. I don't know too much or whatever. Something like that, man. I don't know too much. Little bits and pieces. Uh, there you go, Jake. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was a preppy kid, man. Really, I was like I hung with all the prep kids and stuff like that. We had a pretty we were well off, but we were upper middle class, I guess you want to call it. So I hang out with all the preppy kids, man. Wasn't until I was about 16 I started growing my hair out and wearing more heavy metal T-shirts to school every day. Yeah, there you go, Mark. Yeah, I didn't have. We definitely had like a couple rotary phones back then. I think I've got a what a touch-tone phone. When I was maybe 15 or something like that. Couch, my favorite Ace Frehley riff. I mean, it's gotta be something like that. Classic, man. I love Ace was my favorite. He was the only Kiss solo album that I had was the Ace Frehley one. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for showing this to Angel. I appreciate that. I could probably do it. I found a way I can play some cover songs, and then I can cut them out. We'll see toward the end. I'll whip those out. Because as kids that learn now have it easier with the JS Jacks. Yeah, for sure, man. Plus they got YouTube. They got everything. You know, I had to like learn everything by ear. You know, now everyone's got tabs, and you know there were tabs back in my day, but it was like songs you didn't want to learn. You know, like it was like Guitar for a Practice Musician had like 5 songs a month. I was like, I don't want to learn this. I don't want to learn that either. You know. There you go, Granola. Nice, nice. Thanks, Granola. Appreciate that. Right on, Mark. Yeah, I know a little bit. I know a little bit. Eduardo, gracias, or is that obrigado? One of the two. There you go. Okay, get up, everybody. Give that seat. Yeah, Detroit Rock City is probably my favorite song. I mean, I had Kiss Alive 1 when I was probably like 6 years old. I used to play the living heck out of it. Yeah, pretty much, Couch. I feel that. Dan plays by ear. That's good, man. I think it's better to play by ear. It trains you better, gives you a little more knowledge, helps you out. You know, I like it. Oh, we got time 10:34. All right, let's. I'm gonna try something new. Another new song. I've been working on TikTok, and I think I got it to the something here. It's a wild one. I don't know. We're gonna test it out and see how. still working on it, but it's mostly there, mostly there. Crazy new old Black Death metal song. Oh, okay, thanks, Anti, for sure. Great job, brother. Success. Was that Brazil, Portuguese, or Espanol? Never figured that one. Thanks, Dams. Thanks, Couch. Dakota Rio. I was watching a drummer on GIY Live on YouTube, and TikTok stream was banned for hate speech. Like, wow. Yeah, man, you gotta watch out with TikTok, man. Uh, Crazy. I hit my. Usually, I'm pretty good with my vaping on TikTok. I do 2 hours straight, and I'm talking like on here. I get to talk a little more and have a little, relaxed atmosphere. On TikTok, I'm like bam, 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 song after song after song. And I try and just if I like start reading comments and thanking people, people start leaving. Like, dang, man, I just want to thank some people, but you don't gotta leave. But they want to hear music. I play, 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 play. Honestly, so I'm like, all right, I would blaze through songs, but I'll hit my vape here and there. I kind of because I use my cell phone, and I'll kind of just lean over and hit my vape. But last night I hit it, and then I was exhaling, and a tiny puff of smoke. You can see a tiny puff of smoke or vape or whatever coming out, and I got in trouble for that. They restricted my stream for 10 minutes. Like, dang, man. It's happened before, and I kept it pretty cool, but yeah, this time they got me again. And it's like the tiniest puff, like that. Like it's like your stream is restricted. Showing bad things. You should stop. Like I was like, whoa, bro. Okay, okay. So I was like, dang, yeah, you gotta watch out for TikTok, man. It's good and it's bad. I don't know what's gonna happen to it. We'll see. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't care. I'm pretty sure YouTube's going to get to that point at some as well soon. So when it does, I'm going to have to play for 2 hours and not have any nicotine, which I can do. I've been on flights. I've had to sit in the airport and go on a flight for hours at a time. Yeah, no problem. No problem. So if YouTube does it, I can make it. Okay, Brazilian. Okay, gotta go back. Obrigado, mi amigo. That's how we say it. Portuguese. No problem, Tyler. I figured that's what you meant. Yeah, but it's possible, man. Yeah, they're weird, man. So yeah, it is what it is. But I've got like 26,000 followers on there, so it's tough, man. I got to do a lot of. I got to watch my mouth too on there too. I don't curse or anything like that, and I try not to get involved in the haters and whatnot. So that's why we have moderators. The haters come along, the haters get stopped. I don't even usually see it. No problem, Mark, man. I definitely, yeah, you got some great taste in music, man. So I'll go check it out for sure and see what you got. Yeah, ain't that the truth, Cash? Now the funny thing about TikTok is like after an hour, they will put up a thing like a captcha puzzle and say, "We don't detect anything happening on your screen right now. Please do this verification to verify that you're still there." Like, yo, I've been playing guitar for an hour straight. How you not know I'm there? But then you can see me hit my vape, or you see the tiniest puff of smoke coming off my vape. Yeah, that's cool, man. It is what it is. Mars loves the blast beats. I feel that, man. Yeah. Uh, I like it. Richard Christie got me into that stuff, man. Like he played that kind of stuff, and it's just amazing to watch. And yeah, a lot of the old bands are doing stuff like that, like Cannibal Corpse and stuff. Yeah, I think the death metal drummers are amazing. If you've never heard of Archspire, check out Archspire. ARCHSPIRE. That's like the ultimate band, man. The band, they're crazy. They're crazy, man. Awesome, Tyler. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out as soon as the stream's done. I'll pop it up, man. Give it a play. Yeah, YouTube's a little more chill right now. I guess I don't know, man. I've seen people, yeah, smoking stuff and vaping or whatever. And but I heard that they're going to be cracking down on that kind of stuff. We'll see when it happens. See when it happens. Yeah, damn, it is, buddy. Oh wow, they demonetized the quartering over a few. That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's fine, Jake. Yeah, I would too, man. You know, I do it because I get followers. There are people that are on TikTok. They stay on TikTok, so I got to go there. People on Instagram, they stay on Instagram, so I got to go there and do stuff. YouTube's my favorite platform. It's the best one for videos, honestly. And there's a billion people probably on every platform. You know, each platform has like a billion people subscribers to it, so it gets time consuming to go through all three. And actually, I got to add Facebook into the mix too. So much stuff going on there. So yeah, if I didn't have to do TikTok, I probably wouldn't. But lately I've been not going on as much as far as TikTok's like swiping and stuff. I'll post my video and then I'll move on and I'll read my comments or answer comments. So yeah, but I'm trying to stay away from all this stuff. Ain't that right, Tyler? Yeah, those guys are crazy, dude. I don't know how they play their stuff. Okay, rhythm is targeted, set as a pre. I feel that. Yeah, there you go, Jake. Yeah, that guy's crazy, man. Archspire only has a topic page on YouTube. Wow. Yeah, they probably steer clear of it, man. They're just insane though. Yeah, someone told me about it on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. He's like, because they're like, can you play any Archspire? And I'm like, who? I don't know, man. Let me check it out. And I was like, heck no, I can't play no Archspire, man. They're crazy, off the chain crazy, man. But I like it. It's sick. Wish I could play like that, but those guys are like on another level, man. Some other level for sure. Play a nice classic one. I haven't played this. Played it the other night. I was like, 10:45 hour. We'll see if we can whip out a couple more, and I'll play a special. I'll play a special cover song that I can delete after. That's an oldie but a goodie. I didn't play that in a while. He just left in 1050. Right. See if we can sneak in one of these classics. That's it. Mark, let's see, Mark only does YouTube, Twitch, and no TikTok or anything. That's fine, man. Yeah, people find what they like, and they stick with it. You know, if I had my choice, it'd be none of them. I wouldn't be on anything, honestly. I'd probably watch YouTube mostly because that would they have a lot more stuff. You know, I like to watch videos. I like a lot of informational things and things like that. And YouTube has a very vast catalog of that kind of stuff. You know, I play a lot of games. I want to stay up, and if there's a glitch or some way to do something differently, I want to know. So YouTube would always be my number one thing for my source of entertainment / information. The others, not so much. Ah, Sam's just used YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, for sure. Anti's got Archspire Golden Mouth of the Ruin. Pose reaction to dissection. Wow, that's interesting. Is that one guy with the older guy with the beard? How to see? Yeah. That guy's funny. See if that's the guy. Oh, is that the guy? Might be the guy. Kia Gibbs. I think so. Yeah, that's the guy. That's classic, man. I like him to check out Fire Within and have him react to that one. That'd be cool. Tyler asks, do I ever go live on Facebook? No, I don't. I go live on Instagram sometimes, not in a while. And it just I feed it to Facebook thereafter. But yeah, I don't know. Instagram kind of sucked, man, for their lives. I mean, it's worse. Their live setup is worse than TikTok. It's honestly horrible. And I got a lot during the show. People just come in, come out, come in, come out. Never had like a steady audience. But after the fact, it got like quite a few views, which is okay. But I don't need watch hours on Instagram, nothing like that. I wouldn't suggest live on Facebook unless you got a lot of friends that want to see it. But I tell all my friends on Facebook to come watch me here on YouTube, and they don't even do that. So good luck with that. Thanks, Couch. There you go, Jake. A better question is Archspire can play. They probably could. It'd probably take them a minute, but they can probably figure it out. These guys are nutty, man. Thanks, Indy. Thanks, Couch. Right, Jake? Yeah, man. We pouring out the pain right there, man. That's the one, you know. That's my blues song right there. Thanks, Stan. Appreciate it. Yeah, I tried that Rhythm of Pain. I honestly did, buddy. I did. I promoted all week, and it's like my videos just went tanked. The most I think I got was 1,000 views on one, and then I stopped doing the promotional stuff just last Monday. Just put out a normal video like I always do, and bam, it's like 6,000 views off the cut, man. It's hard to promote stuff, man. No one likes you promoting anything, honestly. That's the problem. Uh-oh. Anti's got his food cooking. His Sikh chicken kebab sandwiches, melted cheeses. I feel that, man. I know. I'm gonna do this one more quick one. Everyone's probably gonna know this one. There's only about 11 people watching, so it's all good. So if you stuck around, you get a treat. Something wild. I tried to remember it. I'm gonna see if I remember. It's not gonna be what Stardust wants because I barely know that one still. But it's a cool one. But this one, everyone knows this one. Yeah, there you go, Thans. My slow blues song. All right, so I will delete this after the stream. So you will never be able to see this again unless you ask me, and I can send you a clip of it. Probably not gonna be worth watching after this anyway. Probably. Let's see if you can recognize this one. hope you remember that one. My own special blend of Ingve herbs and spices on that one. Yeah, yeah. Roll through these kind. There you go, Couch. Nice, nice. Make sure you go follow Tyler, man. Check him out. And I got that link for you. There you go, Thams. There you go, Couch. Nice, nice. Thank you, Indy. Well, my Facebook friends, Jake, quote unquote, Facebook friends. Yes, all of you are great friends of mine and super supporters, and I appreciate every single one of you for hanging out with me throughout the weeks and the Saturday nights. Yeah, and I do mean Facebook quote unquote friends, which seem to be none. And I have like 4,000 of them, apparently. There you go, Anti. I thought you might enjoy that one too. That's an old school jam right there. Exactly. Got to echo what Stardust says right there, Jake. She knows best. She knows best. Metal Mark, you recognize that one. There you go, Bear. Thank you, Indy. Yes, yes, sir. Anti chat matters, lurkers matter. Hashtag I matter. We all matter in here. Thanks, Couch. There you go. Rick Vay, Renstein. I like it. I like it. Yeah, right. I know. I play way more than he does. I had a funny video when it was like I actually had to make the title like Ingve doesn't play it like this. Some people would be like, it doesn't sound like Ingve, man. But it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. Awesome, Pookie. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. You have a great weekend, a great night. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, that was a cool one. I pretty much improv. You know, obviously I know the parts. You know, the all that stuff and some of the main bits and pieces, but I can't remember what he played honestly. I actually just think Friday night before my TikTok stream, I whipped out that one, and then Perpetual from the Fire and Ice album. I had that one too. Stardust wanted to hear it, but I was like, I knew I could play this one better tonight. Maybe next week I'll throw the Perpetual out there next week. But appreciate it. There you go. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Stardust. That one I know a lot better. I've heard that one since I was like a kid, and I've heard Perpetual too, but I know this one way better. Nice, Stams. Appreciate that, man. Thanks, Couch. Mars, you have a great night too, buddy. Take it easy. Right on rhythm. Yeah, man. Shrapnel was my jam, man. I think I had virtually every Shrapnel record. I like listened to them constantly for years. Thank you, Thams. You have a great rest of your weekend too, and enjoy. Stay safe, Mr. Alcala. There you go. Rick Star. What? Fantastic. All right, and Tyler. Thank you so much. Classic right there. I'll clip it off for sure. Maybe I'll put it on my in the members only section, something or a link to it in the members only section. If anyone wants to check it out again. It wasn't bad. I had a couple missed notes, kind of kooky ones, but it is what it is, you know. Well, anyway, I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank Anti for all his great work that he helps out with. Helps me out. Great links tonight. I'm gonna check out that art spot and check out Michael Marks. Mark's got like playlist beyond playlist here. I'm gonna give that a peep. Check them out. We'll check out Kiowa for Tyler for sure. We'll check that out. Yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. I'm gonna go eat and probably chill out and hang out. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Formula One is tomorrow. If you know about Formula One, they're in Spain. Waiting for that. My favorite sport of all. We'll see what happens. But yeah, next Saturday we'll be back again, doing it up. We'll hopefully have some more new stuff to play, some new fun stuff. We'll figure it out. We go along. You're welcome, Couch. Thanks for hanging out, Jake. Thank you so much for hanging out, buddy. Appreciate you very much. Rhythm Pain, thanks, buddy. Mr. Alcal, thank you. Tham, thank you. Mars, thank you. Tyler, thank you. Pookie, thank you. She probably left, but thank you. Bear, appreciate you in here, buddy. Trying to run up the list here. If I missed anybody, thank you so much, as always. And if you're watching this replay and you made it to the end, amazing. You are amazing that you made it to the end of this. It really helps me out. And make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. All right, people. Hey, have a great rest of the weekend again. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next Saturday for some more good times. Take care, everyone.